Hello and welcome. My name is Kyle FtW and welcome back to the Black Ops Cold War video. Today, we are back with another Prestige video, and we have just entered Prestige 2. I actually entered Prestige 2 yesterday, but of course Sunday's the day I take off, so I didn't really feel like recording yesterday. So we are back today with my Prestige 2 video, and I actually just hit it yesterday, as I said. And of course, like what we did with the last episode, is I will be going through my combat record, and then I will be showing you guys my classes very, very briefly. And then we'll, of course, be going and jumping into my very, very first game of the Prestige. So starting off here with the stats for the combat record for multiplayer, I have reached level 50, of course, which is, of course, Prestige 1. And I have played a total of 1 day and 2 minutes of multiplayer, which is kind of crazy, not gonna lie. I just hit that yesterday, believe it or not, in that final game before I got Prestige. So I have a total of 1 day, 12 hours in this game. Of course, 12 hours in zombies, 1 day and 2 hours in multiplayer. And over here on my multiplayer stats, I have 230 games played with a 0.92 win-loss. As you can see, the glitch where you could play a ton of games and where you could back out of games and it wouldn't count towards your win-loss ratio, or it wouldn't count as a loss earlier in the game's life cycle, is now not the case anymore. You have to stay in the full game no matter what to keep your win up, to keep your win-loss up. So of course it's dropped because I have left a lot of games in this game. It's just, it's a very, very hit or miss game for me. You either have a ton of fun playing the game or you just don't want to play it ever again. That's kind of how it is for me. I can play it for maybe an hour or two at one time and then I quit for the day, just because the SPMM is so strict, as you guys know. So of course my win-loss is low, and I also play solo most of the time, so that's why it's not quite around a 1. I would like to try and get it up to a 1, but it's going to be very, very difficult because, again, I am a solo player, and I tend to play games like Domination, Kill Confirmed, etc. So yeah, that just is kind of going to be where it is. My KD ratio is 1.63, which is 0.05 lower than it was for my first Prestige video. Not too big of a deal there. I'm actually kind of happy with that because, as you guys know, a lot of people, a lot of content creators on YouTube have not above a 2 KD in this game because of the way that the matchmaking is in this game. So I'm happy with it. 1.63 for sure. It's higher than Modern Warfare 2019, and I'm just happy with that. I think it's a pretty okay KD, not gonna lie. I'm happy with it. I have 4,663 eliminations. My score per minute is 519, and that is of course because the score streak system makes your score per minute super high. That's why it's the highest it's ever been out of any Call of Duty, just because of the score streak system. For my eliminations per game, I have an average of 20, and my highest kill streak is 15. My top 3 weapons are the AK-74U, the MP5, and the XM4. Absolutely love the AK-74, you guys. I absolutely love the AK-74U, as you guys know. Definitely my most used weapon in the game, my favorite weapon in the game, and I will have a best class setup on that weapon tomorrow for you guys, so stay tuned for that as well. MP5, of course, second best weapon. Don't really use it that much. As you can see, I've used the AK-74U 3 times as much as the MP5, but again, there we go. And the XM4 I have 391 kills with. And then for my top weapons KD-wise, it looks like I have the Stoner LMG, the M1911, and the Pellington. That is very surprising. So pretty interesting there. Zombies, again, not much has changed here. Pretty much the same since the last Prestige, because I haven't touched Die Machine since the last video. So again, the Gallo SA-12, my most used weapon, then the ray gun, and then of course the knife. So that is a very, very quick look at my combat record. Leaderboard wise, I am 813,000th in the world on multiplayer and 101 millionth in the world at zombies. Again, I don't really care about the leaderboards that much. I've never been a leaderboard player. I just play for fun. Anyway, so now for my classes for the Black Tide or the XM4, I've gone for the Micro Reflex LED, the Infantry Compensator, the 13.5 inch reinforced heavy barrel, the foregrip, and the stock attachment. This is of course just a temporary class until I can get, until I get it fully ranked up. But this is my highest ranked up AR for sure. I've used this AR probably the most, and it's a pretty good gun. I really, really like using it. It's pretty good. Then for the Gallo, this is probably the best class that I've used with this weapon so far. And I've gone for the Missile Reflex, the Flash Cone 12 gauge, the 22.7 inch extended barrel, the Steady Aim laser, and then the Speed Tape. Pretty good class there. And then of course all this stuff is pretty much the same. I'm not going to really go too in depth on this. This doesn't change one bit. Again, the same stim shot, the same Semtex. I probably will switch this to the field mic. I tend to use that more often than anything else. So there we go, same perks of course, Blackjack, Attack, Mask, Assassin, Scavenger, Ghost, and Ninja. Again, I was kind of thinking in my head, like, what if they added an awareness perk in this game? Hopefully they do at one point, because that would be awesome, and hopefully they put it in the tier 3, because I would absolutely use that all the time. I absolutely love awareness. Such a great perk in this game, or in Call of Duty in general. Next I have my Mp5 class. This is a pretty good class, I would say. It's definitely not the best class, but I've been trying to rank up my SMGs and ARs, because I do want to try and get diamond ARs and SMGs, because of course I use those weapons the most, so it'd be kind of cool to have those diamond. But I've gone for the sound suppressor, the 9.5 Ranger barrel, the foregrip, the 40 round speed mag, and then finally the SASR jungle grip. And then again, everything is still the same here except for my secondary, which is of course the M1911. Then I have the Milano Smg, which is a very, very fun SMG, but it is just not very good at all. They nerfed it when the game came out during the beta, and it's just not very good. It's very, very, very undershadowed by all the other good SMGs in this game, like the AK-74U and the MP5. So it's a big shame that this weapon isn't, loved or very good anymore, but I still really have a lot of fun using it, and it's a lot of fun to use for sure. But I've gone for the sound suppressor, the 10.1 inch reinforced heavy barrel, the foregrip, the 45 round speed mag, and then finally the drop shot wrap. Again, want to try and use this weapon a lot more because it's a lot of fun. I just don't really use it that much because, of course, unfortunately, it's just not very good. Then I have the wingman blueprint for the M1911 on this class, just for the heck of it. Again, it's just the blueprint, so if you guys have it, you can use it. Of course, this is with the Land, Air, and Sea pack, which is you can only get if you bought the $100 version of the game. And again, everything's the same here except for the proximity mine. Again, I tend to use the proximity mine in TDM and stuff like that because it's pretty useful. You can just place it by a doorway or place it on an objective, and it can normally get you a kill. Place it in a high traffic area. But again, it's, it is what it is. Next, I have the KSP, which is another very, very fun SMG to use in this game as well. It's kind of weird that, as you guys know, that during the beta, my gameplay was more surrounded around assault rifles. And then in the full game, I went back to my SMG playstyle because SMGs are kind of my playstyle. I like rushing in there, getting in the action, getting my hands dirty, and getting a lot of kills. I don't really like sitting back that much. I really don't enjoy that. I just like rushing a lot, and SMGs are definitely my playstyle, but for some reason in the beta, I just was not feeling SMGs. But then in this game, I went back to that playstyle, and it's really, really worked. Next, I have for the attachments for this, I have the muzzle brake 45 APC, the 8.9 inch extended barrel, pardon me, the front grip, and then the 42 round mags, and then the speed tape handle. This is pretty much the basic attachments for this weapon at the moment, because of course it's only weapon level 16, but it is a very fun gun to use, and I've actually gotten wrecked by it quite a bit, so definitely recommend this gun. Give it a try. Even though I know that a lot of you guys who really try hard at this game use the MP5 and the AK-74U pretty much exclusively, but try and use the other SMGs in the game because they are viable and they are good. Next, I have my M16 class. I made a video on this over the weekend, which you guys showed a lot of support on, so thank you very much. Now, the M16 is a very, very strong weapon, probably one of the best guns in the game at the moment, because, of course, it just absolutely destroys people. It gets one burst for days, and for the class that I've been using is actually mostly the blueprint. Actually, not really the blueprint at all, that you get for the Confrontation Weapons pack, but I do use the SOCOM Eliminator, which is the biggest part of that blueprint, which does a lot of stuff for you. But I've also gone for the Strike Team barrel, which is a very, very good barrel, the Field Agent foregrip, which is of course part of the blueprint as well, the Serpent Wrap handle, which I think might be part of the blueprint as well, and then finally the Tactical Stock. Really, really good class. Absolutely love using the M16. If I'm getting annoyed in a lobby, I usually pull out the M16 and tend to do pretty well with it. Then I have the Last Stop blueprint for the shotgun here. Again, same blueprint, haven't changed it at all. The stem shot and the frag are the only difference with this class, and then of course the proximity mine, because I don't really use this class that much. Then I have the Iron Curtain AK-47 class. This is a class I really, really enjoy using as well. I have the suppressor, the 18.2 inch VDV reinforced barrel, the foregrip, the GRU elastic wrap handle, and then finally the Tactical Stock. Again, because this is the blueprint, I have that wrap on there. And again, the Silence AK is pretty good in this game. I really do enjoy using it. I just don't use it that much. But I don't really play this game that much, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I probably put it in an hour a day, if that, which is, for me, not very much time. I mean, for example, Black Ops 4, I put in probably maybe 2 to 3 hours a day. I mean, there's even days where I don't even play this game, which is very rare for me. But again, it's just, You guys already know the reasons why I don't play this game that much. I pretty much play it to record. My longest play sessions are when I'm recording a video for you guys. So again, it's just what happens when there's this super strict SBMM in Call of Duty. I just don't play it as much because it's just not fun to play for an extended period of time. The people who are already level 100 and have diamond weapons and all that kind of stuff, I just don't know how they do it because I just can't physically do it. So anyways, I digress. Next I have my Crit class here, which is another good weapon as well. Haven't used it very much at all. Have the Millstop Reflex Sight, the Muzzle Brake 5.56 muzzle, the foregrip underbarrel, the drop shot wrap, and then finally the tactical stock. Again, same stuff here. Just the sucker punch blueprint for the shotgun. Then I have my AK-74U class, which I'm not going to show because that is the class I'm probably going to do for my best class setup. So I'm not going to show you guys that right now. Here's my FFR class. Not really going to go over this because I don't use this weapon very much anymore at all. The AUG. Here's the AUG setup that I kind of mess around with. Again, very, very simple. It's only weapon level 9, so pretty much every attachment that I could have gotten at that level is what I'm using. Again, very, very good gun. Probably really overpowered. Maybe needs a nerf. But again, that's just my personal opinion. And then these last two classes, this class is irrelevant. And then I have my sniper class here, which is just the Pellington with the stabilizer and the 25-inch extended barrel. Had a lot of fun using this weapon actually yesterday on Nuketown. Pardon me, jeez. On Nuketown. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun weapon to use. And for this, I have the duckbill choke, the 22.7-inch extended barrel, the steady aim laser, the 9-round tube, and then finally the speed tape. So pretty good class here as well with the sniper. I actually had a lot of fun using this weapon. The Pellington reminds me a lot of the R700 from COD 4, and I really, really like that weapon. So this weapon is just kind of the same nostalgia for me. But again, I don't really snipe that much. I actually snipe the most on Nuketown out of any map in the game. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it for all of my classes. Hopefully that didn't take too long to cover. I'm not really sure what gun I'm going to use. Kind of just depends on the game that we get. And I'll see you guys all in the very, very first game of my Prestige 2.